Woo! Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. All right, I guess this was something that was going on social media. I've talked to a couple friends about it. I've actually been involved in it, and it's the delays on paperworks and forms and different things from multiple registries. Um, I'll take it two prongs, and I'll say this. I've had stuff from the ABKC that got here so fast it was unbelievable. And although I've had, my beefs and my issues with certain people in the ABKC, the way that the office is typically ran and the things that they do, they tend to be probably the fastest registry. And maybe it's because they're the smallest and they can be more personable. But they typically get things out very, very fast. Like every other organization, they have their moments where things won't run perfectly, but I don't think it's a thing of where they're trying to be malicious or anything like that. They make money by getting you your paperwork, so that would not be the case. Same thing with the UKC. I've had a couple situations with the UKC where I had to wait very long, and other times I've had, paperwork come in 2 days. What it seemed like 2 days. It wasn't literally 2 days. One time with the ABKC, though, it was literally 2 days they got it there. It was amazing. But I say that to say this, man. I see some people. I've dealt with some people, and that in that little post, like it got out of line, and it was weird, man. But I tell y'all this. First and foremost, with the registry, the UKC deals with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of paperwork monthly. Literally, they might be dealing with thousands weekly because they have way more breeds than the American bully. So dealing with them at times, you may run into something where it's miscommunication in the office. One person's doing one thing, another person's doing another thing, multiple things in this direction and that direction. It might take you a lot of calls. Trust me, if you don't call the UKC at the top of the morning and you get into their hold queue, you will be like number 290 something, waiting to get to the next person to take you. That tells you how busy they are. Literally every day. If y'all think I'm playing, I don't want y'all to just play on their line. But call the UKC phone number around noon and see what number you are when it tells you the number. They are busy. They get, they have 300 plus people on hold a lot of times every day. So when you have that much of a volume and you're running a company, you're going to have mistakes. You're going to have things that get a little screwed up, little miscommunications here and there. And sometimes it's hard to work out because it's a big organization. It's not that I'm happy with what they do sometimes, but this happens sometimes. But they're a good company. They do it. And even though we talk about some of the things with the ABKC, I have not known the ABKC to be malicious about doing people's paperwork. Mistakes happen, things happen. Trust me, I've had to put my guy on them a couple of times. Like, come on, man, y'all get this shit together. But they work hard and they try to get you your stuff out. It's just that simple. Now, goes into my second part. And this is why the post got very, very ugly. People were sending me different things from it, and I had talked to a couple people who called me and like, what's this and that and the other. I'm gonna tell you like this. Look, I got a bitch just now that it's been a year, and I just now got the paperwork. It's no big deal. You know what I mean? It's no big deal. That was on the co-own. Me and the homie had a mix up. They had a mix up. The bitch is literally probably going to be bred. She'll be bred in like 2 or 3 months. That tells you how old she is. And, we just got the paperwork. My dude, I ain't going to put his name out there, but he'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? I never called him bitching and cussing and complaining, acting a damn fool, or whatever the case may be, because I've dealt with it before. So when he told me they was giving him the rundown and he's sending me copies of the emails and this and that and the other, and hey, it's all good, man. And I tell y'all this, and this is just a life thing, man. First and foremost, like me, I have 3, 4 different phones. So sometimes when I want to get away from life, I just leave all those other phones alone because it's too stressful. And the one thing I know with dealing with customer service type business, yes, you know, me myself, I had to be better on customer service, but at the same time, it can be very, very nerve-wracking, especially when you're in this dog thing, because everybody wants everything right now. To those who are buying new puppies or whatever, the breeders don't necessarily control the registry. The breeder is not going to get a whole lot further with the registry if they call the registry every day and act like they and act the ass. Oh, you need to get me my paperwork. What you have to understand to a registry is, if you are being rude or being nagging or calling in and thinking you know everything and this, that, and the other, it's $30. It's $30, and they have 1,000 people waiting. So if you think you're gonna cuss these folks out and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that, or if you think the breeder is in a position to where they can force somebody's hand to do something, they can't. Trust me, I literally can show y'all screenshots of where I was on the phone with the UKC for 4 hours. You know, now it was good conversation, and I know who to ask for and different shit like that. But it's a way to go about doing things. This microwave society where we believe that if it's a problem, our problem is bigger than everybody else's problem, and we can push our shit to the forefront and say, screw everybody else, the big company. You got to deal with me because I spent my money and I did this and I did. You're not gonna get anywhere. I've actually dealt with the same thing, a similar thing with a Rottweiler it was back in the day with the AKC. These are big companies. They're not going to be perfect. If you're dealing with a breeder and he's showing you and you that he's trying to get the stuff done or whatever, it's no need to sweat and trip and act a damn fool. It's just not. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? I had the privilege that 99% of the people I deal with are great people, and they understand, and they're like, come on, man, we can we get it done? Any updates? And I know they frustrated because I'm frustrated, but at the same time, they understand, like, these people can be this way. But some of y'all who want to attack these, well, yesterday it was a woman who got attacked, and talk crazy and act like the person is doing something malicious and all this dumb shit. Keep in mind, if you bought the dog off the person, or if y'all got a deal on the person and the person has paperwork or whatever properly to present to the registries and all of that, they are getting nothing out of not giving you the paperwork, especially if it's in a situation where you are, you know what I'm saying, you already have a dog or a puppy in your hands. They can't do anything to maliciously hurt you. They're only hurting themselves by not getting it to you and having to deal with your headaches. The one thing I'm just telling y'all about this thing, and they went hard, you know what I'm saying? They went hard, called the woman all kind of bitches and everything else, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, from the sounds of it, she sounded like she was about to have a damn nervous breakdown. That woman cannot help how fast the registries move. That woman, and I can say that probably in the most sincerity, I have no belief that this woman is trying to get over on y'all. Like I said, y'all, I could refer y'all to a couple of my people. We literally, on one litter, had to wait an entire year. I'm sending them copies of the emails that I'm getting from said registry. And I'm like, I keep calling them. There's nothing wrong. We messed up here. Oh, we're going to get it out. We promised this. We promised that. Don't beat up on the lady. If later on, if something happens to where it never works out, you can single register the dog. If you're not happy with single registering the dog, and that's like the furthest away, because if you technically have all your paperwork, you're going to be able to do this. But if something, you know what I'm saying, if something happens or whatever, work it out with the breeder later on or whatever. As long as it's, you know, it's an attempt to get the paperwork in, they don't control these registries. And like I said, on the flip side, the registries will make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I know some people who work for the registry, and they say one of the biggest problems they have is people calling in and be like, well, I got this and I got that and I got this and what's about this and what's about that. And what it is in many terms, the registries ain't even supposed to give you other people's information. So a lot of times they'll play you to the left like, oh, we don't have anything on that. Because they're not even supposed to tell you about another person's. That's a contract with them. You know what I mean? But then people want to get into all of the information about what's this and what's that and what's this and what's that. And it's just like stressful for everybody when, for the most part, is we have to learn patience. You know, don't be cussing women out. Don't be ready to blow up something. Enjoy your dog. Enjoy your puppy. Let the process work out. I understand checking up on things, but let the process work out. And don't let the shit get ugly like that, threatening that lady and all that carrying on that y'all was doing. That's just nonsense. You know what I mean? She will give y'all the paperwork, I'm pretty sure, when it comes in. Y'all need to cut this shit. But with that being said, just patience, man. I mean, and it's not just with dog, everything. We live in a microwave society. We live in the United States of America, most of us. So at the end of the day, I understand that everything that we do, we expect somebody to jump. You know what I mean? If we spend $2 at McDonald's, we feel like we can cuss them out if they don't get our fries right. You know what I mean? This is the society we live in. I understand. People feel like that everything that they paid a penny for, or they paid whatever they paid for it. At this point in time, there's no room for error. You got to have what I want right now, no matter what the circumstances is, because I'm the most important person in the world, period. That's really not how it works. You know what I mean? I got $1 million registered with these registries, and they don't do that for me. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do it for a small-time breeder, and they're not going to do it for somebody who has a puppy. They trying to work their shit out on their end, too, to be more efficient, and this is just the world. People make mistakes. Calm your ass down, cool your fans. It's going to work out. Trust me, I've been around now a quarter of a century dealing with dogs, and I have yet to hear of a situation to where a person legitimately had paperwork, whether it was to register a dog or to register a litter or whatever the case may be, and they could not register that litter. I have not seen a person who just didn't get it, or unless they basically, you know, got banned from the registry or something. That's a whole different topic. But y'all learn some patience, man, and don't be so ugly. That's why I stay off Facebook now. Y'all motherfuckers crazy. Until next time, much love. Peace.